Now, obviously, with non-alcoholic beers that they have kind of taken off, there was a statement from the marketing and revenue officer of Lighthouse Strategies, which is the parent company to Two Roots. He had said that non-alcoholic beer continues its fast rise in popularity, and the consumer response to our entire product portfolio has been nothing short of exceptional. Now, with this segment, I saw that there was this stat that said, according to Nielsen, 66% of U.S. adults aged 21 to 34 are consciously reducing their alcohol intake. Thankfully, I am not in that demographic. But for me not being in that demographic, those of us that enjoy our 10 percenters, our hazies, our pale ales, give me the pitch to get me to move over to the light side, so to speak.
Well, I'm going to throw this one at Mark. Mark's going to be the pitch guy for you on this one. And besides, I think you pulled a bunch of those stats out of your ass, but.
Well, I will say what
it's online. It's online. I got to believe it if it's online.
Of course.
It means it's true.
You got to believe everything you see. Absolutely. I mean, you're not, honestly though, you're not far off, Rob. There's no secret that millennials are switching, right? They're actively trying to consume less. The message that we're trying to get out there too, though, is that, we're not just about the guy or a girl that only wants non-alc beer. That's not necessarily the play all the time. I'll give you a case in point. I'm sure some of you guys are familiar with Ale Mary's in Royal Oak, right?
Yep.
So sitting at Ale Mary's last night, having dinner with one of my buddies, and I'm sitting there, I was sipping a really nice bourbon, William McKenna 25 year. It was fantastic. So I sit there and I'm sipping on my bourbon, and then I order a non-alc beer. And then after I have my non-alc beer, I ordered another bourbon. And the bartender, kind of gives me a funny eye or whatever, how come you're switching back and forth? So really it's no different than drinking a water, right? But I'm not losing the sociability aspect of it. I'm still sitting there, I'm active in the conversation, I'm having a beer, but at the end of the day, from a responsibility standpoint, I have a better opportunity to be safe to drive home after my time spent at the bar. If I mix in 2 non-alc beers with 2 beers, now I only had 2 beers worth of alcohol, but I had 4 beers worth of sociability. Does that make sense?
That makes sense, definitely. And I could see, and plus the bourbon choice right on there. Right. and I guess I would I kind of feel like personally for myself, I would say that if going to some place like Ale Mary's or, for those of us that are in the area as well as One-Eyed Betty's, if I were to go there for brunch and, I want to have that taste of beer, but I don't want to have beer, that might be something that would sit well during brunch, especially when I'm around family that's going to be judging me for having beer so damn early in the day. So there is that.
Shame on those people for judging you.
I agree.
Yeah, there's so many different angles you can take to it, but at the end of the day, really, it's about healthier decisions. Not only healthy, from a health standpoint, but also a healthy decision in terms of life choices, right? There's multiple ways that you can spin this, that the non-alc beer scene fits into pretty much anything you're wanting to do. You want to go mountain biking, hiking, kayaking, you can still do those things, have that beer with you, but not have to worry about the side effects it's going to give you that might influence your performance. I love that Eric brought this up, and I should have mentioned it earlier too when we were talking about, why NA, right? We love the tagline, make last call your best call. And for any of the on-premise retailers that listen to this show, I just want to throw something out there because it's very important for 2 reasons. Number one is, again, you want to be responsible on your drive home. If you're going to have that last beverage, it's better to have a non-alcoholic product, right? Give yourself a little bit of time to metabolize, get home safely. At the end of the day, we want everybody to be safe. But from a bar owner's standpoint, that's probably the best scenario for you, because what you can do 2 options, right? Number one is you can give that person at last call a glass of water, but we all know what the problem with that is. They're not spending any money on a glass of water, right? But if you can get that additional $5 ring, still get them sobered up, they still have, again, like we talked about that sociability aspect earlier too, they still have all of those elements in there, But not only is the bar making more money because they're adding that extra $5 ring on there, but the server is going to make more money too, or the bartender is going to make more money too on their tips. So listen, we want everybody to be safe. We love everybody out there, and we love our bar owners and bartenders too. We want you guys to make more money. So that's my shameless plug. I'm done.
No, I love that quote. Make last call your best. One more time. Let's
make last call your best call.
Make last call your best call. I'm gonna
Two Roots.
Is that the Two Roots slogan? I don't have it up in front of me.
Well,
is that the slogan now for Mark DeFrank?
That's the Mark DeFrank. Actually, I won't even take credit for that. That's the slogan of TJ. He's one of our sales guys out on the streets. That was all him. Our actual slogan right now, all of our marketing materials is based around the non-alc chant.